Hi folks, welcome again to the channel. Juan here from Physical Media EU. Today we have another 4K review, in this case the Criterion release for Chungking Express. Hello again and thanks for tuning in for another review. As I was saying, today we're gonna check out Chungking Express release in 4K by Criterion. The film by Wong Kar-wai finally got a 4K restoration. But before we begin with the review, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're interested in physical media, especially Blu-ray reviews and other physical media related talk. Besides that, you can also find me on Instagram, which has the same handle, Physical Media EU, as you can see up here, for little photos of all the items that are reviewed. With this said, we can begin checking out at this release. And if you're not familiar with Criterion releases, they also do this other kind of packaging. There is cardboard, right, and inside it has a digipack with the movie. But the other type of releases that they do is this more kind of traditional Blu-ray case with this extended cover, right? So it doesn't say Blu-ray here at the top, and it's a clear case, as you can see. I think it's a nice alternative to the traditional blue case for Blu-rays, and also being clear, it makes it a little bit more premium feeling. I think in the shelf it looks so much better. But other than that, the Criterion releases are not as fancy maybe as other boutique labels. But with that said, all the quality of the materials they use is very good. Here on the back we can find the synopsis of the movie and also the description of the bonus features down here, but we'll go over those a little later. And now if we open up, here we find both discs. This is the 4K, this is the Blu-ray that includes the movie and the bonus features. There's a little booklet and also this sticker, right, that comes on the shrink wrap that says that this is a 4K plus Blu-ray combo. I also want to show how the case looks inside without the discs, and now we can take a look at the booklet. So this is the cover of the booklet, and as you saw while I was presenting the case, this is the back. And if we open both, you see that this is actually one single picture from this scene when they are at the bar. And now you can see this is how it opens, the booklet. So it's folded several times, and as you can see here, it has this essay, then it has some credits here and some information about the restoration and special thanks. So let's check out those details now. Chungking Express is presented in the aspect ratio of 166:1, supervised and approved by director Wong Kar-wai. This 4K restoration was created from the 35mm original camera negative. The 5.1 surrounded soundtrack was created under the director's supervision from the original dialogue, music and effects tracks with additional Foley and effects. And if we extend this fully, you can see the essay actually has all these 6 pages. So now moving on to the contents of the disc. This movie by Wong Kar-wai is one of the several masterpieces that this director has. Some of his other big titles are Fallen Angels, 2046, In the Mood of Love, just to mention a few. They are all great, these movies, so I can totally recommend those and his other work, and of course this one, Chungking Express. And in my case, I have watched this movie for last time maybe a couple of years ago when this 4K version was not out yet, and I can say that the visual difference for what I saw 2 years ago is quite impressive. It's not, of course, it's not the kind of movie that will be reference quality, right? But the fact that we can get these movies that were not filmed with the best equipment and they didn't have like a massive budget, the way that these movies can be watched today in 4K, it's truly impressive what they are doing with these restorations. So if you haven't watched the movie yet, I definitely recommend go for the 4K version. And if you don't have a 4K setup, you can watch the Blu-ray, the newest Blu-rays, which have the same transfer, which is also a 4K transfer, just put in a Blu-ray disc. So the quality is very good still. Now talking about bonus features, as usual, these Criterion releases are packed with bonus features. The only caveat in this case is that the bonus features are included in the Blu-ray disc, not in the 4K. And the Blu-ray disc is region A locked, so that's something to keep in mind. If you're in Europe and you buy this one, know that you will need a region A player or a multi-region player to be able to play the Blu-ray disc. I find this a little bit of a shame because a 4K disc is a 66 gigabytes disc. So I feel like they could have easily used 100 gig disc and include some bonus features there, but I guess to optimize cost, they went with the smaller Blu-ray disc and included the bonus features in the Blu-ray. But of course, it's not that great if you are outside of the region A. With that said, let's go over the bonus features real quick. And that's an interview from 2002 with the cinematographer Christopher Doyle, an episode of Moving Pictures from 1996 featuring interviews with Wong and Doyle, some deleted scenes, a trailer, and as is usual with Criterion, they also mention here the contents of the booklet. In this case, is an essay by critic Amy Taubin. And that I'm aware of, this is the only 4K release for this movie so far. Several of the other movies of Wong Kar-wai have been released in 4K by other labels, even in other countries. For example, Germany has some releases. The problem with those is that they don't have English subtitles, so definitely can be a problem. They only include German subtitles. So at least for me, it's not really an option to get those. And I, of course, like the Criterion collection, so I think buying these releases make a lot of sense. And this is not the only movie of his that is included in the Criterion collection, so keep in mind if you also want to add some other titles in your collection. Besides that, Criterion has also a Blu-ray set with several of his movies, but yeah, those are Blu-ray, not 4Ks. But most of those Blu-rays use the same restorations that they use for the 4K movies, so in most cases those Blu-rays will look very good. But of course, the set has a full price that is quite steep. I think it's something like $200 if I'm not wrong. But remember that Criterion has these sales during the year where you can buy most titles for 50% of the price. So that's what I try to do. I wait until the sales come and then order several titles. Unless there's a very special title that maybe I have been wishing for years to come out, like it was the case with the Terry Gilliam film Brazil that I reviewed recently in the channel. That one I got as soon as it came out because it was definitely in the top 3 of my most wished 4K releases to come. So I got it right away. But in most cases, I just wait for the sales because they are like very generous. So I would love to hear in the comments if you are planning to get this movie or others by the same director, or if you're wishing to pick up other titles during the next sale. Remember, I will post detailed photos of this release on Instagram, same handle Physical Media EU, and if you like this review, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you all at Okie Dogs.